I'm excited but a little nervous to film this video because I know that it won't be my normal type of makeup look. But that's okay, I'm all about trying new things on this channel. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Accidental Beauty. If you're new, welcome. My name is Laura. I'm a self-taught makeup enthusiast who absolutely loves color and loves bold makeup. I know today's a bit more toned down than usual, and that is because I am doing a mostly first impression full face of Benefit products. I'm missing one or two categories of products, so it's pretty much a full face. I only use Benefit products on my face, to be fair. So if you want to see what I put on my face and how I put it on, then please keep on watching. All of these products were gifted to me from a friend who was trying to get rid of stuff, so I didn't actually buy anything from the products that I'm about to talk about. One of them was a sample sent to me. Everything else was gifted. So just a disclaimer, didn't actually buy any of this. Okay, so I guess let's just run down the products really quickly. So we've got the Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. It's light medium coverage. I've got the shade number 1, which I'm worried is going to be way too light for me, but we will find out. We've got the Porefessional Pearl Primer. So it looks like this will give you like a radiant look. I've tried the original one. I quite like it actually. So I'm excited to try this one. And considering that this foundation is light medium coverage, I'm hoping that some of that glow will come through. I've got the Benefit, well, this whole video is Benefit. I've got the Boeing Cakeless Concealer. I've actually tried this one before. I like it. I've got a sample of the, what's this one called? They're Real mascara. I've tried one of their other mascaras before. Wasn't the biggest fan, so hopefully I like this one better. Okay, we've got a bunch of brow products. I've got 2 different colors of the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I've got number 2 and number 4. I've also got the Precisely My Brow Pencil. So it's just a thinner brow pencil. I've got the GimMe Brow brow gel, which I've tried before, I quite like. And let's see, what is this? The 3D Brow Tones. And this one apparently highlights your brows. I'm not sure how to feel about that. We've got 2 different Hula Bronzers. We have the light and the original. We've got the California, ooh, it's a little scuffed up. The California Blush. And then I've got these lip and cheek stains. So I got 3 different colors. Lolly Tint, Go-Go Tint, and Chaksha Tint. I've actually swatched, I think, all of these, but that was a while ago and I can't remember which ones I liked. So anyways, we're going to try out everything. The only things I don't have, actually the only thing I don't have is an eyeliner. I think everything else I've got covered. And I don't have eyeshadow, but I'm thinking I'll just use one of these lip and cheek tints on my eyes. I'm hoping that they're eye safe. We're just gonna do a softer look today. I think I should be good without eyeliner. If I feel like the look needs it, I'll just end up adding it. Where to begin? Oh, I also don't have highlighter, but you know what? If this primer is very pearl-like, then maybe I'll try it out as a highlighter. Let's just take a look. I don't know if these have different colors. This one says soft pink. Maybe that's just a descriptor. Okay, yeah, this isn't going to be a highlighter. So I don't know if you can see. It looks like that. Actually, you know what? I should probably zoom in. Okay, there we go. I am zoomed in. Not really seeing a whole lot of glow happening or like pearl finish. I don't really see that. I wonder if this is something that's more there to like neutralize any discoloration maybe. I mean, it feels very nice. It's perfumed though. I don't love that. I don't remember the other one being perfumed. Probably should have put my wig on after, but I don't know. Are you seeing any pearl? Maybe I'm getting a little bit of radiance. I'm not really seeing it. I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to add either. Soft Radiance Face Primer to minimize the look of pores. So it definitely feels like it's pore filling. And I guess the idea is to kind of like bounce light off of your face so that it doesn't emphasize your pores. I just don't really see that happening. I definitely see blurring, but other than that, I guess I was hoping for almost like a highlighter to go underneath my foundation and then add some radiance that way. Really not getting that, so that's a little disappointing. I mean, like, otherwise it feels nice. It looks okay. I don't know, it looks like it kind of neutralized some color on my face. But other than that, All right, well, anyways, let's move on. So this is the foundation, and we'll see how light this is. I'm a little bit worried, not gonna lie. Ooh. Okay, it looks a little messy. I'm gonna just shake it a little bit. Sounds watery. Oh, it's actually a thicker formula than I expected. I expected it to be very watery. Also, like, this package is just pretty adorable. It doesn't really go with Benefit's branding. I thought this was from Beauty Blender actually when I first saw it, because it just kind of has a similar vibe to that Beauty Blender foundation. Okay, it is actually very light, and color-wise seems, if anything, a little dark, but I think it'll be a good match. Oh, I didn't even do my brows yet. Oh well. Let's just do this first. Oh, this is actually dark. Huh, did not expect that. And this is shade number 1. There's no way. And maybe I will spray it a little bit. I think I wet the sponge too much. Just zoom in maybe a little bit more. Okay, so it's definitely light coverage. I totally get that. Okay, let's add a little bit more. You know what? I'm actually not minding this. That actually doesn't look that bad. Very nice. Okay, hold on. I missed a spot over here, but it's gonna be mostly behind my wig anyways. That's a pretty nice light coverage foundation, actually. It's a little bit drying. It looks like a little bit cakey around my nose, but almost everything is cakey around my nose. I definitely call this a light coverage foundation. You can totally see my skin through, but it's a really nice finish. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows because I forgot to do that. Okay, so we've got 5 brow products, but 4 of them are unique, so let's just say 4 brow products. Okay, yeah, the lighter shade is more of a blonde, which actually is closer to what I'm working with today. We've got all sorts of different colors here, so I think I'm gonna go with the darker color. I don't know if you can even see them. There we go. Yeah, the darker color. Even though it doesn't really go with this wig, I think most of the other products are... The other eyebrow pencil is darker than that. Yeah, that one's quite a bit darker. And then the other products are lighter. I'm hoping that'll end up with kind of like gradient brows, so it looks a little more natural. We will see. I'm going to start off with the thinner pencil first, kind of map out my brows, and then fill them in a bit more with the thicker pencil and brow gel and whatever this highlighting product is, and go from there. So all of these pencils have a nice spoolie on the end, so I'm just going to brush out my brows. Oh, that's actually a really nice spoolie, like very firm. My brows are never even, there's no shame in that, but I'm going to try and make them as even looking as possible. So we've got a really, can't even see because it's so fine, we got a really sharp fine point, or like it's flat, but like it's a really fine point. Just going to use that kind of focusing on the tail of my brow, and then I'll just kind of go underneath here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there because I've got this thicker pencil that I'm gonna kind of use more to like shade, shape a bit more. Doesn't feel as pigmented. I don't know. I don't really use eyebrow pencils that often. Just add a little bit. Oh, that was a little too much. Just a little bit of color in the front, pretending like I'm making hair strokes. Then let's just shape the top here. We have a nice angle on this pencil, which helps. Wow, my eyebrows are pigmented. Okay, yeah, this is definitely darker than I would normally go with this color wig, although for my natural color, this is pretty close. Not too bad, just very bold. Okay, let's see if maybe we can tone this down a little bit. So I'm going to use the GimMe Brow in the shade 3, which is darker than I normally go. Normally I use, I think, the shade 1, which is blonde. So hopefully this won't be too dark. But I know this product is very pigmented, so it probably will be. See if I can kind of get a little bit of that bushy brow look. And now let's figure out what this highlighting thing is, this 3D brow tones. So it's a brush and pigmented but warm toned. This is in the shade 2. Is it just me or do my brows look almost reddish. I'm just gonna go kind of in the center because I don't know how intense this is or what the purpose actually is. It is highlighting, but I don't know if it's just doing that because it's lighter colored. Apparently we're gonna have really big bushy brows today. I guess that's the theme. Okay, well, all of these products definitely worked, and now I have really intense brows. Let's move on to concealer. So this one I've actually tried before, as I mentioned. This one is in the shade number 4, and I just love this packaging. It's like an eraser, so that makes sense. It's super cute. I wish I chose a different name because I don't really understand the Boeing reference. And then the little no caking icon is like a birthday cake and it's no caking. I think that's really cute. So we've got a really nice big doe foot. The shade is like 1 or 2 shades darker than I'd normally go. I like a really dramatic highlight under my eyes personally. I just find because I always look tired because I kind of have like not super dark circles, but just like kind of pronounced under eye bags. I just always look tired. So I find that really brightening concealer, like a really light shade, just makes me look more awake. It's a really nice looking concealer. It's a bit thinner than what I typically go for. It's still, I'd say, like medium coverage. Yeah, I'm really used to Tarte Shape Tape, that's all. Now I'm just gonna clean up my brows a little bit. They look pretty good, like as far as shape goes. I know they're really intense, but they look pretty good. I'm just gonna kind of clean up and highlight under here. And I think I'm gonna leave the top as it is. I'm gonna fix this a little bit. I'll just use whatever's left on my back of my hand, pat that in. How does it feel? It doesn't feel heavy. I'm gonna go back into my GimMe Brow, and I just wanna brush up the hairs a bit more. Even though normally I kind of hate this look, but I feel like it kind of goes with the whole really intense, bold brow, so why not? Let's move on to face products. I'm very excited to try out the Hula Bronzers, plural. I am curious. This is the original one, which looks like it's going to be a little dark. And then this is the light one, which looks like it's going to be too light. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to start off with the light one and then go into the dark one. Probably a mixture of both is going to be the way to go. Okay, let's ignore my hairline poking through. And really nice big pan, I must say. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit light on me. It's pretty subtle. It's nice. Definitely see it on me. Builds up really nicely. Okay, let's just see in comparison the regular one, which I worry is going to be a little too orange. Oh, okay, it's a little orange. I think I applied a little too much on this side. Oh, and it's spreading really weirdly. I don't like this mirror. It's too small. I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, not sure about the color. I think I like the light one. I think the color on that one is really nicely buildable. This one seems more pigmented. Maybe it's just darker. Although maybe I'm thinking about this as a contour and I should be thinking about it as a bronzer. But the product is light enough that like it spreads and blends really nicely. I don't hate it. I just need to think about it a bit more. Now I have a whole bunch of blushes. I've got 3 liquid ones, which actually I'm going to swatch right now, and then I've got the California blush, which actually this one, they included the brush, which I am definitely not going to use. Oh, this one looks, ah! And the pan just fell out. Well, that's nice. Okay, good to know. So this is, oh, it's nice. It's got a tiny bit of shimmer, it looks like, versus these guys. So let's see here, Go-Go Tint. So what's weird about these is they've got brushes like a nail polish, which is a weird way to apply things. They look very sheer, like it's very bright as you can see, but it looks like it's gonna be sheer. Okay, so that one's like a magenta. Okay, this one's Lolly Tint. I think this one, yeah, this one's purple. So that's what that one looks like. Well, you can't even see it, it's over there. And then the last one is Chaksha Tint, which is like a kind of apricot-y color. Yeah, they're all kind of sheer looking. Okay, There we go. Now you can kind of see them. All right, so since I'm also going to be applying the California blush, which is kind of like a corally-ish color, I think I'm going to apply Chaksha Tint. Yeah, let's do that. Just because I feel like that color matches the best. And then for lips, okay, you know what? I'm going to do that. One of these other two is going to go in my eyes and the other one's going to go in my lips. Let's see how this looks after I do blush. Let's start with liquid first. So I'm going to do Chaksha Tint, and I guess I'll just apply this directly to my cheeks. It's got like a chemical-y smell. Like it almost smells like nail polish. Don't love that. Is it expired? This one doesn't have that smell. I think it might be expired. Yeah, these don't smell like that. Ooh, it's like really chemically smelling. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm gonna apply this to my face and hope I don't break out. It's a shame because this one I think is my favorite color of the three of them. Oh, this really stains. I forgot about that. It's quite pigmented. Let's just put a little bit on my nose. Let's see, is it disrupting my foundation? Oh, this went a little bit low. I'll have to reapply bronzer after. It kind of changes color actually. Oh, wow, this is quite pigmented. I actually really like this one. Okay, if it doesn't break me out, I think I'm going to continue wearing it unless I get a really weird reaction. Oh, it looks like some of my foundation might have come off onto my finger. I don't know. Can't really tell. Let's try the California blush. Probably should have done one side without, just so I could compare the two. Okay, yeah, this is actually quite pigmented. I don't think I would layer these two products next time because I'm having a hard time just blending out this blush because the base of the other one is so pigmented. Okay, so there's little flecks of glitter. It's almost got a bit of a glow, but I doubt that's showing up on camera. I feel like I've got kind of a Marie Antoinette look going on right now. I'm just gonna go back into my Hula light, just kind of go over the areas that I kind of disrupted with the blush. Please ignore my hair poking through. This feels like it contoured me a little bit. Okay, because the rest of my makeup is gonna be fairly light, kind of went all out on the blush. And I am not mad at all. Okay, I really wish I had like a really blinding highlight to go along with this look. Unfortunately, I'm gonna stick to my rules. You know what? Let's contour my nose because I can. This might be a mistake. I'm gonna go with the darker bronzer. I don't know if that did anything. Let's try the lighter one. Yeah, the lighter one's not really doing a whole lot. Okay, well, let's move on. Let's be a little bold. Let's do purple lips. Kind of disappears. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna mix a little bit of Go-Go tint. Okay, not as bold as I expected. I guess I was just hoping for a bit more oomph, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's looking a little too pink for my liking, so I'm gonna add some more purple back into it. I really hope this isn't too expired. And now I'm gonna put a teeny bit of that on my eyes, which is probably a bad idea. And I'm gonna use the red one. I guess we're kind of doing like a K-beauty inspired look today. And I'm just being sloppy with it. I just kind of want like a wash of color on my lid, so I'm not being too precise. I'm just kind of focusing most of it on the lids, but making sure to get some in the crease so it doesn't look too deliberate. I don't know. Okay, and now that my hands are stained, let's curl my lashes and we are almost done. All right, and let's try out this mascara. Very excited. I've heard good things, but we will see. Okay, so it's got like a very straight, quite large wand. So this is no mascara versus mascara. Okay, I'm impressed. Definitely like this one a lot more than the last one I tried. It is a very nice formula. Okay, now it's starting to clump together because I'm just trying to get... Okay, you know what? I'll stop. Okay, so this is the final look. Yeah, wow. I am very impressed with the way that this look turned out. This is such a cute look. I probably should have... This actually ended up turning out a lot like a Valentine's Day look. It's not my typical look, but it is super cute. And like for lighter makeup days, I know like with this blush it doesn't look like lighter makeup, but as far as I'm concerned it's lighter makeup. For lighter makeup days, this is like, honestly, this is such an easy look to do. Gives you color and makes you feel like you've put on, like, makes you feel like you put a little bit of effort without actually expending too much effort. So for, you know, Zoom calls and whatnot, I feel like this is a really good look. You know what, let's talk about this brand first. Benefit. Benefit was always one of those brands that seemed unattainable. I think number one, because of the price. Number two, it just felt like, first of all, I didn't know that they were known for brows. I actually knew them from the Hula Bronzer, which I don't know, like, what does Hula mean? What is this product? I knew them from the Hula Bronzer. I didn't know that they had all of these other like blushes and stuff like that until much later. Because I just kind of avoided, like whenever I'd go into a Sephora, I had like 2 or 3 brands that like were the brands that I stuck with, and everything else I just kind of completely ignored. So I didn't know about a lot of brands until more recently. Then I found out that Benefit is apparently known for brow products, and I had 1 or 2 samples of their brow products sent to me that I actually quite like. I tried out some of their skincare products because yeah, they have skincare products and I actually quite like those. I'm like slowly getting into this brand, but I feel like I'm several years too late now. And as I mentioned, I've tried their primer before. I like it. It's just, it's pricey. All their products are pricey, and I feel like for what they are, like they're, from what I've tried, okay, spoiler alert, I liked pretty much everything that I tried. I feel like they're very easy to use products. It's hard to mess up with them. I don't know, I feel like they're priced a little high for what they are, and it seems like they're almost heading towards like almost a high-end brand based on price, and I feel like they're really more of like a mid-tier brand, but whatever. Really, like, I wish there was a drugstore equivalent to this brand, and if there is, feel free to comment below. These are all really solid products, and I wish there was a more affordable option, because for someone starting out learning how to do makeup, they don't want to spend that much money because maybe they're not sure if it's going to be a hobby or if it's going to be kind of a more all-encompassing life decision. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, if they're not sure if they want to invest in products or not, I wish there was like a lower price point but still same quality products. That wasn't English, but I don't really care. Because these are all really beginner-friendly products, like every single one of them, even these blushes that are crazy, but I think they're all really beginner-friendly, and it'd be nice to see some more drugstore options that have that pigmentation and the quality, because drugstore products are kind of hit and miss depending on the brand. Oh, another thing I want to say is how inconsistent Benefit is with their branding, because you've got the Hula products, which have kind of like a like bamboo, and I'm guessing that's vanilla, I want to say, this flower. Very like zen, kind of more mature packaging. And then you've got, for example, California, which has like a hippie lady on there, and maybe they're targeting kind of that demographic of a certain age that, you know, grew up around the 60s and 70s. Then you've got the Boeing Concealer, which is like very, it's almost like Pinteresty, and maybe I'm just saying that because of the font that's on here. It just feels very Pinteresty, very like millennial, but like 2015 millennial. And then we've got this foundation that's got like this cute little smiley face on it, but that really doesn't fit in. They feel a little all over the place, and I know that most of their products seem to be that kind of 50s vintage inspired look, or 50s and other eras of vintage inspired branding, typography, that sort of thing. And then they've got some kind of like wild card products that don't really fit in branding wise, and I don't really understand why. Granted, I am a graphic designer and I specialized in branding while I was in school, so, you know, I look for that kind of stuff. So now let's run through the products. So I'll talk about the primer first. I don't feel like it did anything, although it did smooth out my pores actually. You know what? Benefit's primers are really good at pore filling and like pore smoothing, so I will give them that. My skin does look very smooth, and as someone who used to be a primer skeptic, this one actually works. In my experience, Benefit primers, like the original one as well, that one worked really nicely. I really don't get like a pearl glow finish. I wish there was more of that. So it did a really nice job filling in pores, kind of blurring my skin, but I didn't see a pearl finish. So I think I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 just because I really like the way that it made my skin look. Because sometimes I find that like texture and pores show through foundation, and I feel like this primer underneath a more full coverage foundation will just look really, really flawless. I just wish there was more of a glow, and like when it says pearl, I expect a glow. But as a primer, worked very nice. Very happy. Next, the foundation. It's nice. It's very light coverage. It's kind of like a BB cream, honestly. Very light coverage, like you can see all my freckles and stuff through, and it's not too cakey. It's caking a little bit around my nose. So yeah, this is kind of like something that I'd throw on if my skin wasn't looking too great color-wise, because I do have sensitive skin, so I do get redness and stuff like that. So if my skin was looking a little red, a little irritated maybe, and I just kind of wanted to neutralize, I just throw on this foundation like it is. It's very light coverage. I can't tell if it has radiance or if that's from the primer, but because I do look very glowy. But I like it. Like, it's not something I'd normally go for because I like a more medium pushing to full coverage foundation, like a medium full coverage foundation, or because I like having that smooth blank canvas. I sort of sort things into two categories when it comes to foundation. Is it more of a photo shoot foundation, or is it more of like a Zoom meeting or just like real life kind of foundation? So this one is more of a real life foundation, i.e. it's lighter coverage. It still gives you a little bit of coverage, like a little bit of just kind of like airbrushing, but you can still see your skin underneath. Like if you have, I mean, I'm not super freckly. I have like, you know, a couple down here and a couple across my cheeks. If you're super freckly, your freckles will definitely show through. But if you have any kind of like lighter skin blemishes or discoloration, this will probably fix most of that. I don't know. I don't have anything terrible to say other than the fact that this is shade 1. So I think I give it also like a 4.5 out of 4.75 out of 5, because on its own, like, it does perform nicely. I just personally prefer a little bit more coverage. Let's talk about the brow products. I didn't expect them to be so pigmented. Okay, my brows look a little more normal now. And color-wise, I think these colors matched me really nicely. Not too warm-toned either. Like, even with that highlight, highlights didn't really seem to do much. Okay, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what did I start off with? I think I started out with the Precisely My Brow. I really like the size, and the color is really nice. I don't know, this one's 4.5. Yeah, it worked really, really nicely. I really like that very, very small tip, and I really want to play around with this more because I don't really use eyebrow pencils so much, but I want to just kind of experiment, try out some new things, see if I can kind of get different effects from my brows. So that one I think I'm going to be using a lot. No complaints. I give it a solid 5 out of 5. Really, really like it. I also like that they included a spoolie on the end of all of these, and the spoolie is very firm, so it, like, if you're really trying to like brush your hairs like especially if you're doing soap brows and you really, really want to brush your brows like in a certain way. It's a good spoolie for that. And then the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This one seemed lighter in pigmentation. Like I felt like I had to press harder with this one. It's not even that light a color, like it's shade 4, so it's still like a dark brown. Once I was able to get enough pressure, it's pigmented, it's very nice. It actually, I guess because there's only half a shade difference between this one and the last one, they blend together really nicely. I didn't get that gradient effect, but that's okay. Standard solid brow pencil, also 5 out of 5. Really, really liked it. Both of these, the pigmentation was excellent. The thickness of the brow pencil was also really, really good at getting in there. Precisely My Brow is obviously for more precise hair strokes, I guess, and probably shaping as well if you don't have very defined eyebrows. The Goof Proof Brow Pencil is probably more so for like filling in, maybe shaping as well because of the kind of tapered shape of it. Both of them really, really nice products. GimMe Brow, I've used it before. I love this product. It's really, really good, especially because this is so pigmented. This sometimes I wear on its own even, and it's just a great way to add, you know, some color and some pigmentation to your brows without actually like fully doing them. I like the size of the spoolie. It's very small, but that means you can really be precise with it. So I like that. I love it. Solid 5 out of 5. Really, really good product. If you already have eyebrow hairs and you just kind of want like a little bit of, not so much definition, but just kind of to fill them in, like intensify them a bit more, that is your product. This brow, 3D brow tones, I'm not really sure what the point of this one was. It looked to me just like a brow gel. I've got a little bit of color poking through, but I honestly don't really see much of a difference. No clue what this is supposed to be for, but I imagine if your brows are pretty much full, you don't really need to do too much to them. I guess this is like something you can do to add a little bit of color maybe, but I really, like, I don't know what the point is, so I don't know. I guess I'll give it a 5 out of 5 because it was nice, but I don't really know what it does. And then what did I do? The Hula products. I like the Hula Light. It is a little bit light as far as pigmentation goes, as well as I guess the color. I don't know, I'm kind of undecided. I'm not super wowed, but maybe my skin tone just doesn't quite fit in between the light and the regular. So I'm gonna give it a 4.75 out of 5. The regular is a little bit orange on me. I don't know if it's really coming through. Like it's a bit much for my skin tone. Maybe when I'm a little bit more tanned in the summer, if I actually go outside next summer, I don't know, but it is a little bit warm. And the light one is, it doesn't feel like it has the same amount of pigmentation. So I feel like maybe if it had a little bit more pigmentation, I would like it a little bit more, but both of them blended out really nicely. If anything, the regular Hula was like, it was intense, but even when I messed up, it was really easy for me to fix it, so I like that a lot. The regular Hula, I don't think I'm the right skin tone for this type of product. It was weirdly more pigmented than this one. I think I'm going to give it a 4.75 out of 5 because it was nice, and both of them seem to be pretty beginner proof. Like I've used some bronzers before that can kind of just go everywhere, and I didn't have that experience with this, so it blended out really easily. So if you're kind of not great on bronzer placement, these are actually pretty good products for that. Unfortunately, they're pricey, so not really beginner friendly in terms of price, but as far as application, I like them. Oh, I forgot to talk about the concealer. So it says that it's creaseless, and for the most part that is true. I don't know, it's sort of creasing a little bit on my under eye bags. I don't know if you could even see that. And I experienced that before, like I didn't even put a thick layer on. It definitely creases less than Tarte Shape Tape, which recently started creasing on me, and maybe I'm just getting old. So this one is, yeah, it's definitely creasing less, but it's still creasing. I purposely didn't set it because I don't have a setting powder from Benefit, but with any concealer now, it seems like I have to set it. It says it's a full coverage concealer. I don't really see that. I feel like this would be more of like a medium coverage concealer. I don't know, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 because it's nice. I like it. It's light feeling. I just personally prefer a bit more coverage. And what I don't understand also is this is shade number 4, which is pretty light. This is shade number 1 in the foundation. And honestly, if you're any lighter than me, which, I don't know, my camera and my lights make me look a little bit more pale than I actually am. Like, I am pretty pale, but I don't know, compared to like, for example, like natural like gingers and like very, very fair people, like I'm not quite as pale as them. I feel like anyone lighter than me won't be able to use the shade. It'll be way too dark on them. Granted, it is very sheer, but it's still dark. Okay, next, the California blush. I'm a little peeved that it's coming out of here, but that is okay, I guess. It's lovely. Definitely seeing a bit of that glow coming through. So I'm very happy about that. It's such a pretty color. Very, very flattering. And now let's talk about the lip and cheek tints. And it's kind of caking a little bit here. Wow, these are all very, very pigmented. These actually work amazingly as a base for blush. I kind of wish I had more colorful blushes just so I can kind of play with these a bit more, but you can really, really build up the intensity of blush by putting one of these cheek tints down first and then applying your powder blush over top. They also, the formula is so good on these. It dries down completely. I kind of expected it to be more of like a creamy, liquidy, glossy kind of texture, and it actually dries down completely matte, which works as an excellent base for cheek color, for lip color even, and for eye color. Like this could work. Okay, it's got like a little bit, maybe that's just the oil on my eyes, but this could actually work also as a like color base for eyeshadow if I wanted to really, really intensify a look. Like if I put this red one down, kind of built up the intensity a bit more, and then put a red eyeshadow over top, you could really, really make the color pop. And then as a lip color, like this is a really, really cute lip stain. I did have to build up the intensity a little bit more, but I do like my lip products to be a bit more opaque. Can't stop looking at the blush. It's so cute. I really, really wish that I had a highlighter from them because I think that could have just elevated this look a whole lot more. I mean, all of them kind of perform the same. If anything, the purple one, Lolly Tint, seemed a little bit more sheer than the other two. But all of them were really lovely, as I mentioned. Layer really, really nicely underneath powder blush, and just as like a color base for anything, absolutely stunning. I give them all a solid 5 out of 5. Quite like them. Honestly, I think this lip tint situation with like a clear gloss, even though that's normally not my thing, I think that could be a super cute look. These also worked really nicely as a kind of light eye color. Although I'm noticing that the color is kind of fading a bit, so if I was going to do this as like a all-day look, I definitely pat on some eyeshadow because I guess with like the oil from my eyes, or maybe just because I was tapping it in, it just kind of disappeared a little bit. Oh, and then the mascara. I am very impressed. After being disappointed by that, I didn't expect anything really from this mascara, and I am pleasantly surprised. I feel like my eyes always look naked without false lashes because just when you're on camera, like especially like a DSLR like this, everything just looks better with heavier makeup in my opinion. Whereas if you're taking just a selfie with your iPhone or whatever, then lighter makeup often, or at least like not super, super heavy makeup, that tends to look better. It's interesting, or at least on my face. So I feel like my eyes look kind of small, or at least smaller than usual, but I'm really, really happy with this. Like, I really like this mascara, which is annoying because every time I find a mascara that I like, it's always really, really expensive and more than I want to spend. It really makes my lashes look really nicely lengthened, not a lot of volume, and they don't look too spidery either. They look a little spidery, but not too spidery, so I like that. Very excited to keep on wearing this because this is very flattering. I personally prefer my mascaras to be lengthening and volumizing, but for someone who just kind of wants a bit more length, this is an excellent product for that. I kind of went crazier on one side than the other for whatever reason, so you can kind of, if you really want to go over and over several times, you can definitely do that to get kind of a more spidery effect. And if you just go over once or twice, you can kind of get a more natural look. Color me impressed. Benefit. I really like everything that I tried. I feel like I'm literally the last person on the planet to talk about these products because they've all been out for a while, but this is my first like major introduction to this brand, and I am actually very happy with everything. I feel like that doesn't happen very often where like literally everything is like really solid. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below what your favorite Benefit product is, if you have one. If you hate the brand, I mean, I guess, you know, feel free to comment below as well if you want. Let me know if there were any products that you haven't tried before. Maybe I'm not the last person on the planet to try any of these products. I did not know that these lip and cheek tints existed. I found them recently on the Sephora website and I was like, oh, they actually exist. Like I literally, nobody talks about them. I don't know if they've been around for a while, because really, like, all I hear people talk about is the brow products, like Precisely My Brow, GimMe Brow, their bronzers, their blushes. I feel like people used to talk about. I don't really hear people talk about them too much anymore. And then their Porefessional primers. They actually just came out with a setting spray, which looks really interesting. Like, there's just certain products of theirs that nobody talks about, and I don't know why, because these lip and cheek tints are actually really solid. If you like the type of looks here that I do on my channel, normally they're a lot more bold. I'm sure you'll enjoy the content that I post on my other social media. So I would love it if you could follow me. I've got links below. And if you enjoy the type of looks and videos that I do here on my channel, most of my channel is reviews because that seems to get the most traction. So if that's your thing, I'd love it if you could subscribe. I'm trying to build a community here of fellow makeup lovers, especially people who are into really, really bold, colorful makeup. So if that's your thing, I'd love it if you could join me, and I'll see you guys next time.